Carson Hocevar has now been involved in incidents with 30 different drivers this season. 30. At this point, that's not a stat. That's a LinkedIn network. And when Prime flashed that graphic during the broadcast, the reaction online was pretty much immediate. Half the fan base laughed. The other half started pulling up receipts from the last 6 months. Because whether you love Carson Hocevar or can't stand him, the number is impossible to ignore. 21 incidents, 30 drivers, that's not exactly a normal rookie season. Now here's where the conversation gets interesting. The critics look at that number and see a guy who's out over his skis. They see somebody who's fast, sure, but leaves a trail of bent sheet metal behind him every other weekend. To them, Carson Hocevar is basically a weekly insurance claim with a fire suit. And look, I get it. If your favorite driver gets moved, shoved, squeezed, clipped, bumped, door slammed, side drafted into another zip code, chances are Carson Hocevar's name is somewhere in the police report. But then you've got the other side, and that side says something pretty simple. At least something is happening, because let's be honest here for a second. How many times have we complained that NASCAR drivers have become media-trained robots? Every interview sounds the same. Every answer sounds the same. Everybody thanks the team, thanks the sponsors, talks about track position, and then disappears until next week. Carson doesn't really operate that way. Sometimes that's a problem. Sometimes it's entertaining. Usually it's both. And that's exactly why this stat has become such a talking point. Because Carson Hocevar isn't just creating incidents anymore, he's creating reactions. People are arguing about him, people are defending him, people are rooting against him, people are tuning in just to see what happens next. And whether NASCAR executives would admit it publicly or not, that's valuable, maybe more valuable than ever, because regardless of your thoughts, we need Carson Hocevar. And frankly, this is kind of where sports are headed anyway. We're slowly leaning into entertainment and away from pure sport. You see it everywhere. Baseball's got the Savannah Bananas running around, doing backflips and dance routines. Jake Paul fought Mike Tyson in a boxing match that felt more like a Netflix event than a title fight. Even the UFC sometimes gets accused of chasing storylines over rankings. Like it or not, attention has become part of the product, and Carson understands attention, maybe intentionally, maybe accidentally, maybe a little bit of both. Now, before anybody loses their mind, I'm not saying wrecking people should become the strategy. I'm not saying every incident is good. I'm not saying every criticism is wrong. Some of these situations, yeah, he's earned the heat. But here's the uncomfortable question. Would people rather have Carson Hocevar or another driver giving the exact same interview every Sunday with all the personality of a self-checkout machine? Because I already know my answer. Nah, I'll take Carson. Every day of the week, he's talented, he's polarizing, he's frustrating. Sometimes he's wrong, sometimes he's reckless. But at least when Carson Hocevar shows up, there's a pretty good chance we're going to have something to talk about on Monday. And right now, that's becoming a rare skill all by itself. Thanks so much for watching. And while you're here, if you enjoyed the video, hit the like and bell icon to support the channel.